Greg Zanis. His name and his face may not be that familiar to you, but his crosses probably are. The Aurora man took it upon himself to create the memorials for families who endured the death of a loved one. Now his family is dealing with its own grief after losing him to cancer. Lisa Chavarria remembers Greg Zanis.
How do you memorialize a man who did exactly that for so many people? Each cross represents a life lost, many to gun violence.
It's a little emotional out here, like, to look at these crosses and to know that his hands did this, his hands touched this. These are made by him, and these are made with love.
Each one connected to a heart. Greg Zanis poured his heart out for each and every one of the victims and their families. From Orlando, the Pulse nightclub shooting, 49 lives lost. The Las Vegas shooting, 58 lives lost. El Paso, Texas, 23 lives taken. And then it happened in Zanis' own backyard. Aurora.
We got one officer down. Shots are being fired. Just for info, use caution.
5 lives were taken at the Henry Pratt Company. Zanis was there, just as he was for anyone who lost a loved one to gun violence.
He didn't care who you were. He didn't care what your background was. He didn't care if you worked, if you didn't work. He didn't care what color you are. He didn't care what language you spoke. He made a cross for everybody.
He retired last year. He then revealed his terminal cancer diagnosis. Aurora's mayor said this about Zanis' passing. He was a giant among men. He was a man of action who simply wanted to honor the lives of others. In return, his life was one of honor and one that was celebrated throughout our nation and world. Zanis leaves behind 5 children.
I just want to thank his family for giving him to us. And now I know it's their time.
So how do you memorialize a man who did so much to honor the lives of others? You remember him and his family. Rest well, Greg. Lisa Chavarria, NBC 5 News.
He had such an impact. We will miss him.